A very warm welcome to you on the other side of the screen. I hope you're all right, you're nice and chilled. And I would like to talk on this upload regarding some science and a test that we can do ourselves. If you have the capabilities of doing this test, some of us do, some of us don't. So let's get down to it. Now, we're going to go over a few pointers here. If you're new to the flat earth, this might be, a really good starting point for you to debate with globe earthers. And it's, again, if you're a flat earther, this is also very interesting that you can prove to yourself as well that you know that the earth doesn't spin. So, do we actually live on a globe that spins at 1,000 miles an hour and travel at 67,000 miles an hour around the sun? Even those 2 miles an hour just blows my mind at how ridiculous it sounds. But anyway, is it even possible? Can we prove this science? Yes, we can. Sorry, Obama, but I'm going to take that for today. Yes, we can. And if you actually reverse it, it's thank you, Satan, which is something on another upload. But anyway, using simple maths and scientific principles, we can easily see determine which Earth we actually live on. A globe that spins or a flat stationary one. Well, obviously it can't be both, so it's going to be one or the other. So let's see which one it is. So there are many experiments that we can do to determine which one it is. So let's try one of them out. So if you was to set up 3 targets, each target would be 1,200 feet away from you. One would be east, one would be west, and one would be north. You would then shoot at the targets with a .22 rifle using bullets which travel at 1,200 FPS. Now the bullets should strike the target 1 second after you've fired. So if you was to fire then at all 3 targets, each one is hit 1 second after you fire, which is exactly how long it takes the bullet to reach the target. Simple. Now I could shoot hundreds and hundreds of rounds and still get the same results. You following me? That is very simple. Now in fact, I could shoot at any target in any direction at 1,200 feet and get the same results. The only difference, guys, is this only works on a stationary plane, a stationary flat earth. Once you try to apply this little experiment to a spinning globe, then everything changes. And here's why. Your science, and I'm actually talking to the ballers, the globe worshippers on the other side of the screen. This is your science that tells us that the spinning globe that they say that we live on moves at 1,000 miles an hour or 1,500 FPS from west to east. So if I was to shoot east, my bullet will travel 1,200 feet in 1 second, but the target, which is on the Earth, will move 1,500 feet in that 1 second. Therefore, I could never hit the target because the Earth moves faster than the bullet in that direction. So if I was to fire west, then the bullet and the target are approaching each other. If they both travel at the same speed, then they would meet in the middle. The bullet is traveling a little slower, so the bullet will take less than half a second to actually hit the target. So if I was to fire at the north target, the bullet will take 1 second to arrive, but by then the target will have moved eastward by 1,500 feet. So I actually missed the target. This is what happens when you put the spinning globe that some of you claim to live on as the science. So your science also tells us that it's not only the Earth that moves west to east at 1,000 miles an hour, but also everything on it, in it, the air around us, even the clouds. They say that when we throw a ball up in the air, the reason it comes right back down to us is not just because of gravity, It's because, or your so-called gravity, but because the ball is also moving west to east at 1,000 miles an hour like we are. So even though we have moved 1,500 feet, so has the ball. So what is moving the ball when it is in the air? It's impossible for the air to do it because air acts very differently on all objects of different sizes, weights, shapes, etc. Yet you can throw many different objects in the air and they will all come right back down. And also, you could actually stand next to a huge building or a block or a structure that will the supposed 1,000-mile-an-hour wind and still get the same results. Or you could even drop a 5,000-pound weight from a crane from a building and it would fall straight back down. The air does not have an effect on it. So it is impossible. Remember, gravity, your so-called gravity can't do it as it does not work sideways on the principle of an object only downward. All right? Even if you believe in gravity, you can't have it always. So what moves the ball from west to east at 1,000 miles an hour? And that is exactly where the spinning globe becomes impossible to answer. So what is your answer, guys? I mean, to further demonstrate how absolutely unfathomable, impossible the theory is, consider how it would affect us if it was actually true. Monkeys, apes, gibbons could not jump from tree to tree like they do now. They'd not be able to jump to the east or north because the tree would move before they got there. The same with any antelope or any other animal that springs through the air, they would keep hitting trees and bump into other animals. Birds could not fly east or west like they do now. Where would they go? Nowhere. Aeroplanes, guys, could not land on any north or south of history. Baseballs, footballs, rugby balls, American footballs, high jump, tennis, golf, javelin, discus. How would they all adjust for the movement of this earth? It's utterly impossible. It's like moving on a treadmill. The Coriolis effect, it's absolute rubbish, guys. Absolute nonsense. Use this test. See for it yourself. This is why we live on a flat, stationary Earth where we can move in any direction, anytime, with the same results each and every time. Knowledge is power, guys, and you have the power to break free from this globe indoctrination. Thank you so much for watching this upload. I wish you a very, very good evening, a very good day, or a very good night. Take care, and I'll see you on the next upload. All the best.